Welcome everyone to My Weight World TV. I'm Dr. Brenda MD. I'm in the studio with Scott White, a personal trainer and certified nutritionist. Today we're going to answer questions from the audience. This should be fun. Hi Scott.
How you doing, Brenda?
Good. I pulled up from the website some questions and thought I'd throw them at you. Let's see how you do.
Great.
Okay. Our first question comes from Caitlin in Indiana. Her question is, I only have time to exercise on the weekends. I just can't find time during the week. I can relate to this. And according to Caitlin, I have 2 small children and I work out of my home. Do you have any suggestions to help me make exercise a routine more consistent?
Yeah, I mean, if you really only have time on those weekends, you can get great workouts during the weekend. 2 days a week, you do a full body workout. Get that. Start with that. If you work from home, you may have more free time with your kids, and so maybe go and do an exercise program with your kids. Maybe hold them and do squats, walk with them, do all kinds of incorporate, your children into those activities. And so you're doing fun activities and you're getting a workout benefit, but still keep that commitment to yourself on those weekends where you do your exercise program. Okay. And you may look at your full schedule and you may find some cracks in the schedule where you could probably fit an exercise program.
So as long as she has that foundation of those 2 days in the weekend, it's a good start, and just try to add on to it another 5 days. Okay. Okay, Caitlin. Our next question comes from Robert in Chicago. I can't stand jogging outside. Well, I'm from Chicago, so it does get cold. I can't afford a gym membership. Can you give me some creative ways to exercise?
Yeah, I mean, you can do a ton of stuff at home. You can get a Bowflex, do a full workout at home. You can get, P90 exercise DVDs and follow their program. You can do push-ups. You can do pull-ups. You can do a ton of stuff indoors. I mean, I don't blame you running out in the snow. Right. There was a guy who actually was a competitive eater and lost something like 100 pounds. And all he did was run around the island of his house like 200 times, 3 times a day, and he lost a ton of weight doing so. And so you can get in amazing shape.
His own little track.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I would go stir crazy because it's like a hamster in a cage.
Right.
But he was that committed and he wanted to lose weight. So you can do practically anything indoors as opposed to running outdoors.
Right. And during the winter, Robert can shovel snow.
Yeah, shovel snow. Yeah, completely.
Here's a question from Rita in Iowa. I have a shoulder injury. What type of exercise program can I do without making my injury worse?
Yeah, Rita, so I mean, at first I'd love to do assessment, figure out how the shoulder injury happened, check out your core, do some functional exercises. You shouldn't go to pain at all. So if you're performing a movement and you feel pain, you should probably avoid it. You would probably want to do some rehab, depending on that shoulder injury, with rotator cuff exercises, maybe some light band work and frontal raises, things like that to adjust it. Maybe make sure your core is functional, do like with the horse stance or the bird dog movement. So then you can make sure you have a strong core and you can move your legs, you can move your other shoulder, because working out the other side of your body will actually help improve the injury side.
Okay. Do you recommend a physical therapist to kind of give her exercise?
Completely. Always recommend. I mean, depending on how bad the injury was, always should go to a physical therapist, a qualified professional that can assess the shoulder, see what's going on, and then implement good exercises to make sure that injury goes away.
Okay. Here's Scott from Plainfield. What is the best form of cardio? Is it elliptical, treadmill, stationary bike, or running around a track?
Well, it all depends on your goals. The most calories you burn is when you move the most amount of muscles. So the more muscles you move, the more calories you're going to burn. But who knows? Maybe you're limited and you can only ride your bike. Maybe you just are thinking about enjoyment, which one you enjoy the most. Right. And so all of them are great exercises. Running on track outdoors is more applicable to real life activities as opposed to being in the gym. Maybe you like being outdoors, maybe it's too cold, maybe you prefer to be on a treadmill or on a bike. So it's really up to you. But if you, from a fat loss standpoint, if you do more interval training and you move more muscles, you're going to burn more calories. If that's the question about what's the best.
Right. So ultimately, Scott should do what he likes to do.
Exactly.
And then he'll stay committed to it. Then he'll ultimately burn more calories.
Definitely.
But if he really wants to burn a lot, interval training.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Samantha from Ohio. I would like to hire a personal trainer. How do I choose one?
It's a great question. You know, there's tons of trainers out there, and we're getting, you know, more and more popping out every day. And so you want to check their qualifications, their history, their background. You want to get some testimonials from their clients, you know, their past history. Really look into it. Don't just say, you know, I've known people who've hired trainers before and they said they've had degrees, they've said they've had certifications, and they didn't. There wasn't. So actually look at their degree, you know, get their certifications.
Well,
are they up to date?
What kind of degree should we look for?
So you're looking for like a degree in kinesiology, biomechanics, muscle, exercise physiology. Okay. And so those would be great degrees for a personal trainer to have. So then they learn about how the body functions. And then certifications, you know, there's a lot of certifications out there.
Yeah, how do you know which certification?
So you look at some good certifications are like ISSA, it's a take-home one, but it's a pretty good from an informational standpoint. NASM is very good. If they're certified with Paul Chek or Charles Polkwin, they're more of advanced level certifications and they require a lot more information. And then, you know, there's even more out there. And look at if they're constantly learning, if it's their career or it's just their part-time job or they're making, you know, minimum wage at a gym. So typically a gym is going to hire people that they can pay less where they can make the most amount of money. So if you find somebody who's more of an independent and run their own business, they're probably going to be a lot more qualified, but still check their background, their history, get some information from their past clients, some testimonials.
I think that's great.
Exactly. I mean, here's some success stories. Because the thing is, even if their clients love them to death and they have no background in history, you know, you might want to, which one do you weigh more? Find out everything. And you could have tons of qualifications. Exactly. And really not be very personable and be able to help those people. So you could have all the education in the world and not be able to apply it, or very personable and be very fun or motivating for that. So find someone that also motivates you, inspires you. Also make sure they do an assessment of your body and they check your measurements and they go over, you know, how you move, your lifestyle, nutrition. You know, you want somebody that takes all that into account, so you're not just like, you know, having somebody just, you walk in the gym and they just have you do heavy bench presses.
Right, because maybe you don't like heavy bench presses.
Well, or that's when injuries occur because they don't really know what they're working with. Each program should be pretty customized around an individual and their limitations or their health and their fitness level. And so depending on that, you want a trainer that takes all that into account and goes in and designs your program according to.
Do you feel awkward as a personal trainer if someone starts asking you these questions like, you know, what is your certification? What is your degrees? I mean,
no, I would love for people to ask me, because most people when they call, they ask just about price, and I'm like, well, don't you want more information? Because the thing is,
expect them to ask these questions.
Nowadays, you can become certified as a personal trainer in pretty much overnight. And so you can have no information. Yeah, totally. I can even help you pass the certification. It's not even that challenging. And so, I mean, which is very unfortunate, because there's a lot of us with a ton of information, and then there's a lot out there with hardly any information.
Who are also certified.
Yeah, exactly. And people really don't know what to hire. And so that information and looking at all those qualifications are going to get them a lot more qualified person. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather put my investment in with someone who someone knows. I don't want to waste a ton of time and a ton of money on possibly getting myself injured or not getting the results, because that's frustrating in itself. Typically people come to us because they're frustrated with their life, frustrated with their goals they're getting in the gym. And, you know, if they've hired a trainer that either got them injured or didn't get them the results, you know, I'd hate it. It wouldn't be fun. And you know, always find a qualified person so you get the results that you want. You know, just like a mechanic. You don't want to hire a mechanic who can't fix your car. And so find that professional and ask those questions. Don't be afraid to ask.
Okay. Julie from Wisconsin. I'm looking for a gym or fitness center. What should I look for in a gym or fitness center? That's a good one.
Okay, so that's a great question. So you want to find the gym if they have the stuff that you want to use. If they don't have a swimming pool and you want to do swimming, probably not the best gym for you. If they have classes, if you like doing classes, you like spinning, you like kickboxing, are their instructors fun? So get a free 7-10 day membership, whatever the gym has. Try it out first. That's a great idea. Exactly. And so then you know what you want. Also, you look at a cost too. I mean, do you want to go to a very high-end gym that has all the amenities with towels and, shaving creams and saunas and jacuzzis and, high-level trainers or so forth? Or do you want something that's a little lower for your budget for a membership that doesn't have all the amenities, but they still have, swimming, racquetball, and what are you going to really use it for? Do you need kids care? Do you not need kids care?
Right,
so,
that's an important
question.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
You want to have all the amenities that's going to fit you and your lifestyle.
So before you go and start looking for a gym, start thinking of what you need. If you want the pool, do you want the kids care? Do you want the weights? Do you want the personal trainers? And then ask them, how trained are your personal trainers? Are your personal trainers certified? It's okay to ask the gym.
Yeah, completely. You have to be aware of, though, a lot of gyms require all trainers to have certifications, but they give their own certifications, and a lot of certifications aren't that quality out there. So you got to be very careful and maybe
Do your
ask
trainers
them.
have degrees? And
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so the more information you get about these people, the better it's going to be for you.
And again, it's not offending to ask these questions when you go in.
It shouldn't be. I mean,
if it is, maybe that's not the right
If I came to you and I didn't think you were a doctor, I'd want to see some paperwork or some degrees. I mean, it's not like every doctor doesn't have it plastered across their wall, right?
All right. Well, thanks, Scott. That was great. These are great questions and great answers. So, okay. Thanks for joining us. Please tune in again to My Weight World TV so we can help you reach your goals with our community. I'm Dr. Brenda, MD, and thanks for watching.